Welcome everybody to the 2022 Honda Civic SI. Yes, this is the SI, it means it's meant for the enthusiast in you. This comes with only a manual gearbox. Yes, Honda has retained the manual gearbox in the Civic and the Type R as well, which shows they're clearly focused on pleasing the enthusiast circle in the automotive fraternity. There are some changes to this car compared to the regular Civic Touring, which we have already reviewed, which you'll find a link somewhere on the screen. We've done a thorough walk around of the car and how it drives and everything, so we'll stick to what is different with this car compared to the regular Civic. Let's see how this sporty version is. Difference as well. Some of the differences are very much visible, some of them are not so visible. They're mechanically different. The visible changes are, well, the grille is slightly different. It's got a matte finish and it's got SI logo on the grille, which makes it stand out. The paint, yes, this paint is special to the SI. It's not available on the regular Civic, and I think this is the color to get the Civic because it pops out so much. The road is full of blacks, grays, whites, silver cars, and such an orange color, it really stands out, and it really complements the body lines that this Civic has. I mean, it already is a great looking car, and with this color it makes it look even better. What else is also different are the alloy wheels. The rims, they are 18-inch alloys, but they are the ones that are found on the Civic Sport as well. So that's one thing where Civic, maybe Honda could have slightly differentiated for the SI, maybe give it an individual sporty rim. They borrowed from the Sport. It's not a bad looking rim because it is a matte black, and I think it suits the sporty credentials this car wants to put out, and overall it just looks good and it gives a very nice overall stance to the car. One more very big change is the rear spoiler. So there is a small, sort of like a ducktail spoiler on the boot. It's blacked out and it might seem a bit aftermarket actually at times, but I do feel that it complements the lines. This car is the clean lines, and I think it just looks really good. Those pretty much sum up the exterior changes of this car. Now I'm inside of the Civic, and the fundamental differences inside are that the seats are not leather, but they are sporty seats with fixed headrests and amazing support on the sides, so you don't get thrown around when you corner this car, because this car is about to be driven hard. This also has a manual gearbox, a very nice looking shifter, 6-speed gearbox, which is really nice to play around with. Everything else is just like a regular Civic, and let's see how this sporty version drives. So put into first, let go of the clutch, put some throttle, and it sets off with quite a lot of ease. The engine pulls really hard to the red line. Although the red line isn't very high, it's a very meager 6,500 RPM, which is not that high for Honda standards. I wish it was a bit higher. The gear shifter is really nice. The clutch is super light, though the travel of the clutch I think is a bit on the higher side. So I feel like that might be a little difficult to do some shifting if you want to really play through the gears. But the steering feel is really nice. It's really good, it's really positive, and you can really play around on the corners. It actually feels really good. The brakes are super good, and you can play through the gears, and it has the auto Rev Match as well, so it holds it keeps the engine right on the power point when you want to shift it, which is really useful. It's actually a nice feature. It can be turned off, this Rev Matching, through the head unit, but you have to completely come to a halt, and then you can play with the settings on the head unit. Otherwise, yeah, it's super fun to just drive this car around. It's super peppy, and it sounds really good. So this is in the current mode, but if I put it into sport mode, and obviously there is pumped in audio, there is not much audio on the outside, but if I downshift and I floor it, and this car also has that beep when I hit the red line, and there's also shift lights, which are awesome. It's only exclusive to the Canada version of the SI, which is weird, but thankfully we are in Canada and we get this feature. It's really cool. It's actually derived from the Type R. Speaking of the Type R, even the clutch, the flywheel, the suspension geometry has been tuned in accordance with the Type R. It's not exactly a Type R, but lots of things resemble with the suspension geometry, and the numbers and everything have been inspired from the Type R. You can see suspension is a bit on the stiffer side compared to a regular Civic, and you do feel all the bumps when you're going a bump, especially in, like, I'm in a town right now, and through the town, the you can really feel everything. Otherwise, it's super fun to drive, and I feel like if you want a Civic, this is the one to have for the true enthusiast in you, because you get all the practicality of a family, yet you can still have fun. In conclusion then, the Honda Civic Si, well, it's Honda's answer to the enthusiast market while maintaining practicality. That's what the Si has always been for. This has the manual gearbox, the suspension, and everything derived from the Type R, which is honestly the best thing Honda could have done. With these looks, this practicality and everything at $33,000 Canadian, I think it's extremely value for money. In fact, one of the most value for money cars, I would say, to have fun and have space for your family. It's a very rare combo, and I think the Civic Si is one of the cars that fits this category very well.